Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, anything I say is alleged and in my very, very personal opinion. This for entertainment purposes only. None of this is personal. The Copyright Act of 1976 is in the description box. Some meat and potatoes, some housekeeping items. It is free to follow me. Free to follow me on this channel, Anonymous Tea. Free to follow me on my other channel, Anonymous Tea Podcast. There is new content over there. Follow me on the Tickety Talk at Anonymous Tea Podcast. Free to follow me on the Instagram. On the Instagram is at Anonymous Reality Tea. Free to share everywhere. Free to like the video so it gets out to the algorithm. Free to share with your family, your friends, and your foes, and coming or going, hit the like button. So today we are talking more about the Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker pending divorce, because as of now, there has not been any divorce documents that I've seen or whatever else. But I need to get into this TMZ article and a few things that is swirling around the internet that we got to talk about really quickly. So TMZ's article, so people had a very nice, everything is everything, but we're going to get into this TMZ article because I wasn't aware that it was a little bit messy. It said, Kandi Burruss calling it quits with Todd Tucker after 10 years of marriage. Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker are splitting up after nearly 15 years together, according to a heartfelt social media post from Kandi. The Real Housewives of Atlanta star shared the news Friday afternoon, telling fans that after much thought and prayer, she decided to file for divorce. While an emotional and difficult time, Kandi says she plans on focusing on, quote, protecting my peace, being the best mother I can be, and co-parenting with love and respect. Burruss says she will pour out her time into her work, family, and growing as individuals, and that she thanks everyone for supporting her and Todd over the years before asking for privacy as the two navigate the difficult circumstances. Now here's the thing. Why do celebrities always do this, talking about we need privacy and stuff at this time? No. Privacy would have been you didn't have to tell us. Privacy would have been y'all could have quickly did all of this through the courts. Y'all say what y'all want about Kerry Washington, but her marriage is private. You still have not seen one photo or one video of the kids that she has with her husband till this day. TMZ or somebody had to find the marriage license because they got married, I believe in like some other type of state. I forgot where it was. It was like Idaho or somewhere. They found the marriage license, y'all, and put it on blast. That is keeping something private to where nobody had any tea. Nobody knew. But nonetheless, Kandi is asking for privacy as the two navigate the difficult circumstances. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the two separated a few months ago. So this has been over. The two separated a few months ago after growing apart for some time, and it's been an amicable split with legitimately no drama. Wait till the divorce papers hit. We'll see how that goes. And so then it says as well that our sources say Kandi stopped wearing her wedding ring recently, but they still talk every day on the phone and when they are in person. Kandi has been staying in New York City recently while Todd has been taking care of the kids in Atlanta. Kandi and Todd met on the set of Real Housewives of Atlanta way back in 2011, and Todd popped the question 2 years later. They married in 2014, wedding ceremony themed with the hit 1988 movie, Coming to America. The couple share 2 children, a 9-year-old son named Ace and a daughter named Blaze who turns 6 tomorrow. Unclear exactly why these two are splitting, though Kandi has been very busy with her career recently. She is set to star in the Broadway show and Juliet beginning next month and running through early March. Our source says she will not miss any performances of the show despite the split. No. So I was not aware of this article, you guys, and it gave a little bit more tidbits than the People article. Basically, TMZ saying, I don't know who the source is or the sources are, but basically saying, listen, look here, these two have been split for a while. And a couple of things, right? Because y'all are probably asking, why is there a picture of Fatum in here? So, for months, Tasha K has been like really the main one, alluding to there might be something else going on, right? With Fatum, who was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? Of Atlanta. And she was on several trips over this last year that Kandi and Todd were taking, sometimes with their kids, sometimes not, right? And then there was a messy tweet last night on the Twitters asking who is going to get Fatum in the divorce. No. And then people picked up on Todd, because Todd had been engaging on Fatum's posts on the Instagrammies. However, that allegedly stopped in August of 2025, y'all. So nonetheless, also to the left side of your screens, there was a Mother's Day post from Todd Tucker to Fatum, you guys, in May of this year, and I found it very interesting. Happy Mother's Day to an amazing mom. Have a great Mother's Day. Now let me ask y'all this, right? For those of y'all who are married, has y'all husbands or your spouse or significant other did a whole Mother's Day post for another woman, you guys, with a whole slide deck and everything? Make it make sense! But what also is crazy is now all of these clips are resurfacing, particularly within the last couple of years, where the last season of Kandi being on Real Housewives of Atlanta, where, you know, it's already being put out there that Todd felt, you know, he needs some distance, felt a certain way about Kandi going on Broadway, all of this, all of that. Then there are these lives to where, you know, when Kandi's getting ready for stuff by her glam squad, and, you know, Todd again is reiterating how he needs space, how he wants time with the fellas. Then there's this other how most of his friends are Kandi's friends and he really doesn't have time with friends of his own. But the most revealing clip was this one where Kandi's talking about going back on tour with Escape and is going to be gone for a couple months, 2.5 months, I believe, 30 cities, right? And Todd is like, well, I don't think I'm going to be able to go this time. And Kandi was like, well, that's suspicious because you always go. And he was like, well, that's a lot of time, and that's a lot of time away, and I'm trying to get other stuff to, you know, to do or whatever else. And Kandi's like, we've been together for 10 years. We've been doing stuff together for 10 years. And now all of a sudden you want space. You want to, you know, be at home. And he's like, oh, well, you know, I'm doing a movie. I'm producing a movie without you. Like we did the other movie with you in it, or with you involved, but you're not involved with this one. And I have a new office. I have a new team of people. And Kandi was like, so now all of a sudden, after all this time together, you have new people that you want to be around. And that's separating us. And she kept saying, mark my words. And then Todd was like, well, say her words and then we'll mark them. But Kandi didn't say what her mark her words were going to be. But I think she picked up on, you're trying to already separate from us as us being a couple. And you're using the excuse of this new office, of this new employees to do it. Because Todd was like, well, you know, I just don't want them to be in a situation to where they're waiting for me to get to work on stuff and this and that. And Kandi was like, but any other time, it could be a Zoom call, it could be a Teams call. You could, you know, facilitate whatever you needed to from anywhere. So it is just, it's very telling that for a while now, Todd has been setting up the scheme for the separation and everything else right then and there. Trying to say, I need more time, I need more space, I need time to do X, Y, and Z, complaining about Kandi never being home and that she's working all the time. Because that's interesting in the TMZ article. They basically said, listen, Kandi's not stopping work for nothing. So once this divorce hits, guess who's going to be like, listen, look at here, look at my Instagram page. I'm all about daddy daycare. I am all about daddy daycare. I am the one that was in Atlanta watching raising these kids while Kandi's busy working. Whether she's busy working on The Chi, whether she's busy working on a Broadway show, whether she's busy doing stuff for Bravo. And rumor has it she might be filming on the new season of Next Gen, which her daughter Riley is on. So nonetheless, when is there time for her, and the kids? I need spousal support. I need child support. No. But nonetheless, like, people, I had saw a couple of tweets on the Twitters. I don't know how true it is, but making allegations that basically, listen, like you hear, like Todd has been outside. Todd has been allegedly with another woman out here, like out in the open. I don't know if it's true. Or if people, because sometimes people, we don't know, right? But nonetheless, this is going to be very interesting how it plays out, because I couldn't help but feel as though all of these trips that they were doing, like the last year, whatever else, like, and Kandi, I remember saying in one of the videos that, she was told, to have more of a work-life balance and taking more time to enjoy the world and all this and all that and not be a workaholic. But I couldn't help but feel as though as well that this might have been, one of like the last-ditch efforts, like maybe if we spend more time together, because the time that we're spending together now is really focused in on these businesses, is focused in on these productions for these Broadway plays, is focused in on the restaurants, is focused in on all of these things and our production company for the movies that we do, but we're really not getting like husband and wife time, right? But then on the same token, when you do get the husband and wife time, you're bragging on the podcast about these alleged threesomes. No. And again, I just felt like it was never going to be a recipe for success, because ultimately at some point in time, what tends to happen is somebody gets closer to the third party, right? That's usually what happens. Somebody gets closer to the third party, especially if it's a recurring third party. And then you start seeing the third party outside of the scheduled threesomes. No. But that's typically what happens, right? That's why sometimes you'll see people that'll, that's why, I believe Kandi had said one time that there were people allegedly that had signed NDAs and everything else. But if it's somebody recurring potentially, and then you have a situation where somebody is on multiple trips with y'all and everything else, like at some point, the lines start to get blurred. Feelings now might be involved if you're spending a lot more intimate time with somebody else and all of these things, and you're thinking, oh, well, we're having, this trifecta going on, right? This trifecta, so nothing is going to be an issue, right? As long as we got this trifecta, but sometimes the trifecta just wants to be a duo, right? And it just brings back so many things, so many clips, so many examples of things, to where even Riley said on the show that she didn't feel that Kandi had time to be a mom to her younger siblings because she is always a workhorse. So I think a lot has changed really drastically since Real Housewives of Atlanta is no more for now for Kandi. And, and it was easy money. If you're making $2 million to film for a few months out of the year, that's easy money. And the thing with Kandi is she's going to put all her people on. She's going to put the Kandi Coded Click on. She's going to put her mom, her aunts on, and everybody else. So she doesn't have to do a lot of the mess or a lot of the dirty work, right? And we know Todd loved the cameras as well. So I'm wondering now if, part of the extending of this marriage and everything else more so had to do with the fact that they were still on the show. And now that the show is over, now that extra income's not coming in, now you had a couple of the restaurants closed down, like Blaze and one of the OLG locations. Now Todd is doing like these little meet and greets and these different events at OLG. He had also had a canceled event where there was allegedly supposed to be some box seats or something going on at a Brandy and Monica show that got canceled as well. So he's been trying to do all of these things. I think they had a Friendsgiving too event that he was at. So he's been trying to put all of these different stuff together, you know, I guess to try to stack money or have stuff going on to, you know, appear as though, listen, I'm still booked at busy. I'm still keeping my name out here and everything else. But it is a lot, you guys. It is a lot in terms of, you know, to unpack from this divorce as we get more details. Like I said, I am waiting for the paperwork to hit once this officially is filed and how this is going to go. Because everybody is saying that everything's amicable now, but I don't know if y'all understand what going through a divorce is, because either y'all been through a divorce or y'all know somebody who's been through a divorce. And this whole amicable stuff, this whole Hollywood, like everything's going to be okay stuff. No. Not until you start dividing the assets and you start going back and forth over custody and requesting, you know, different things and all of that, it becomes stressful, it becomes taxing, and then everything's cool for right now. But then when somebody wants to ask for everything, a whole different ball game, y'all. A whole different ball game. So there is that. So that is it. That is all. That's final. That's finito. Is todos for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.